Does this feel familiar? The deadline is breathing down your neck. Your to-do list has grown to the size of a novel, and you've spent the last half hour scrolling through your feed, learning how to properly shear llamas in Peru. You're angry at yourself, promising that now I'll definitely start. But it's like you've hit an invisible wall. This isn't laziness or weak will. It's a literal chemical war inside your skull. Let's figure out why your brain has turned into your chief saboteur and how to finally hack the system. 1. The evolutionary cause, the battle in your head. Inside us, two systems are constantly at war. The limbic system, the ancient part of the brain responsible for instincts and pleasure. It wants things here and now. Watch reels, eat, sleep. This system operates automatically and instantaneously, focusing only on survival and comfort in the current second. It doesn't know how to plan for the future and is always looking for the shortest path to dopamine. The prefrontal cortex, the young part of the brain responsible for planning and logic. It understands that the deadline is tomorrow. This is our internal adult who recognizes the consequences of inaction. However, this area of the brain consumes a massive amount of energy, which is why it tires out quickly throughout the day. The limbic system is stronger and faster. When a task feels difficult or boring, the brain perceives it as a threat. To avoid the danger, stress, it forces you to switch to something safe and pleasant. At this moment, an emotional hijack occurs, and rational arguments simply stop working on us. 2. Main causes. Why do we do this? A. Fear of failure, perfectionism. If you're afraid of doing a poor job, the brain decides, better not to start at all, then no one can say I failed. You procrastinate to avoid facing potential criticism. We often link the quality of our work to our value as a person. This creates colossal pressure, turning a blank sheet of paper into an insurmountable obstacle. B. Lack of specificity. When a task sounds like prepare for the exam, the brain goes into a stupor. It doesn't know where to start and chooses to do nothing. Vague goals paralyze the will because they require too much cognitive effort to decode. The brain prefers clear algorithms over abstract and intimidating volumes of information. C. Fatigue and decision paralysis. If you've made too many decisions during the day, your willpower becomes depleted by evening. This is called decision fatigue. You simply can't force yourself to take on a serious task. Every tiny choice, from picking an outfit to replying to a message, drains your reservoir of self-control. By the time you need to sit down for the main task, your internal battery is at 0. D. Delayed gratification. The brain has a hard time understanding the benefits that me in 5 years will receive. But it perfectly understands a chocolate bar or a YouTube video right now. Evolutionarily, we are programmed to value resources available in the present moment. Hyperbolic discounting forces us to devalue future success for the sake of immediate, albeit tiny, joy. 3. How to stop procrastinating. Strategies. The 5-minute method. Make a deal with yourself. I will do this for exactly 5 minutes, and then I'll quit. The hardest part is starting. Once you get into it, the brain stops seeing the task as a threat, and you will likely continue. This trick lowers the entry threshold and removes the fear of a massive project. Often, we find that the work isn't nearly as scary as our imagination painted it. Decomposition, breaking it down. Break a large task into micro steps that seem almost ridiculous. Instead of write a term paper, do open Word and write the title. When the step is tiny, the limbic system isn't frightened. Completing these small points gives you a sense of progress and a hit of fast dopamine. You stop looking at the whole mountain and focus only on the next stone under your feet. Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, then rest for 5 minutes. This helps maintain focus and gives you a legal opportunity to get distracted. Clear time frames create a sense of urgency that nudges the brain. Knowing that a break is guaranteed after a short period helps you get through stretches of boredom or resistance. Environment management. Willpower is a limited resource. Don't rely on it. Put your phone in another room. Close unnecessary tabs. Make it easier to start working than to start idling. If you need to study, leave your textbook open on the desk in advance. The fewer obstacles between you and the task, the higher the chance you'll actually do it. 4. How to get rid of it for good. Long-term approach. Forgive yourself. Research shows that self-criticism only fuels procrastination. The more you blame yourself for being lazy, the more stress you feel, and the more you'll want to put things off tomorrow. Self-compassion allows you to reduce anxiety and return to a productive state much faster. Treat yourself like a friend who needs support, not like a strict warden. Connect the task to your values. Ask yourself, why do I need this? If you understand that this is a step toward your big dream, like getting into a great university, it becomes easier to do. Meaning gives strength even to the most routine processes. When you see your future career behind boring formulas, your brain's resistance naturally decreases. Sleep and nutrition. It's cliché, but the prefrontal cortex, your logic, is the first thing to shut down when you're sleep deprived. Without energy, you will always be a slave to your impulses. Physiology directly affects your ability to control your attention. Regular rest and physical activity restore the supply of cognitive resources needed to fight procrastination. Summary. Don't wait for inspiration. It comes during the process of working, not before it. Just start with the smallest, silliest step right now. Your future self will thank you for not leaving everything until the last minute.